Okay, I'm checking my camera twice because the last video did not upload. Now, what I want to talk about in this one is the expression in French, because in French they say 19, the letter S, 19, okay? S and T go together for 39. S and H go together. They're just big numbers. T and H go together. T is 2 and H is 8. 28, 28 and 19 equals 47. Time bringeth the standard death. Excuse me, let me correct the camera over here. First, ST. Second, ND. Third, RD. Fourth, TH. TH, time heaven, begins only at fourth. Standard road of death. Standard death. CLU, like you said, 333. Lovejoy. The pig's pregnancy. Pig has 19 nipples on each side, divided by nothing, but the center of creation is between the nipples because it comes in from the back end and it stays between the nipples, and you're fed inside. But we don't want to get this way. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days for a pig's pregnancy. The chicken is 21 days for the egg to hatch plus 1 week. The dog and the cat is 69, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Standard death. Inside the cards, the 4 exists in the 4, exists inside the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Also in the 10, but we'll leave that last. 5 and 5 evenly. If we remove the 4 from all these cards, the 9 equals to 5. The 8 equals to 4. The 7 equals to 3. The 6 equals to 2. The 5 equals to the ace 1. Ace 1 and 4. Here's the 9 card. 4 here. 4 here. We crisscross this, creating the 5 in the center, where this dot, the spirit dot, creates 1 and 9. Well, 1 and 9 is where, because the totality is 9, but 1 connects 4 and 4 is 8. 4, 8, and then we connect 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 is 9. Here we make a square 0. Here we make a square 0. Here we have 1. That would be 500. Here's a heart. Here's a heart. Call it a spade. Look what's on the outside. We have to fill the gap. This is your H. And this is your I, your standing I of 2 sides of life, 4, 5, and 6 rotation. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 inside the cards. The opposite on the cube is 6 and 5. We're not going to talk the telephone, because what is the opposite of the 1? Is it not the 7? What is the opposite of the 2? Is it not the 8? 7 and 8, where this becomes, right? Is that correct? Is that correct? This becomes now 8. This becomes 10. JH, Jewish heaven. JH, 18, hurrah. 6, 77, 25 and 16, 41. 4 is the letter D. 1 is the letter A. 14th letter is letter N. DNA. 1, 2, and 3, remove it. Remove 6. Add 1 to 9 is 45. Remove 6 is 39. S and T equals to 39. 7 times 4, 7 plus 4. 8 and 9 are not what you think they are, because 9 is created this way. When you have the 8, instead of this one over here, you have 1 here and 1 here. That is the star system. That is where Mars comes in. 1 here, 1 here, the 7th gate into the 8th world through the 9 birth. 1 to 9, we said 39, and add 10, it becomes 49, because 5 and 5 is 49. 7 times 7 is 49, and is a representation of green, and 8, the word. So this is this small formation. The next formation I already drew, which is your H in compasses. Here is a heart from the top, and here is a heart from the bottom. You see the stand? You want to call this the club, put 2 clubs together, the club and the spade, and you have the diamond world. But we're not going to look at that. We're just going to look at this because there's a whole design that comes in here. It's like he's holding whatever. Let's not get to there. Here's the diamond in the center. You see this part over here and this part over here? Look, it's a Y. And it's also a Y. You only see it in full formation because it sits on the ground. It's the ground that closes your triangle, just like the pyramids. The pyramid is sitting on the ground, but there is no closure because it is the ground that closed it. So here is your 88. 2 antennas, rabbit ears. 1 coming down the center is Luna, and you share, but we're separated from the two sides, the side that spirit comes in, artificial intelligence, A and I. The cat is 24, the dog is 26, the cow is 41. The pig, 7 and 5, 12, and 16. 7 and 5, excuse me, 7. It's not 5, I don't know where I got 5, I might have wrote it wrong or I'm not looking at it right. It's 9, 7 and 9 is 16. 16th letter equals 32. 7 and 9, 7 times 9 is 63 creation. 7 and 9 is 16, the spirit of light. Add up 1 to 6, it equals 21, the cube. That happens to be, you enter the cube and then everything starts to rock and roll because every side of the cube is a value of 9. Where 1 is involved, you have 8 ghosts. Where 2 is involved, you have 7 ghosts. Forget about 9 and 8. Forget about them because they can't exist because inside of 9 and 8 is 1 and 2. And 1 and 2 is a game of craps. It cannot exist, 1 and 2. It all begins at 4. So 1 and 2, throw them out. 8 and 9, throw them out. Now, if we do the drawing of 1 and 2 and 8 and 9, this is what you get. 1, 2, 8, 9. What's this? 365 days, 0.47. Remember this. Here's the 7. But if I draw a line inside the 7, a 1, it now becomes the 4. In French, we have 3 times we say 19. But you remember what I said? The S and the H comes together with 19 and 28. 7 by 4 is 28. 2 and 8 is 10. 1 and 9 is 10. They both become 1 and 1. Time, heaven of spirit. In French, there are 3 times we say 19. We say 19 as 10, in French is 10, and it is also D. Is it the letter or the letter? The T and the D, they get misunderstood, and it's a tandit. Tandit, 10. 10 in French is 10, which shows a 9 inside of it, and a 4. DIX, 0. And 04 and 09 equals 60, 60, 120. 120 is part of 1/3. Every letter that's under 10 will be 1/3. And it adds up again. 1, 2, 3, you have to add 60 and 60 to it. Why? Because 01 becomes 61, becomes 7. 7 becomes 67, becomes 13. Because all zeros equal 6. 1 is the division of the 0. When you divide the 0, the center point of the 0 is the 5 position, right over here. If you circle it, the average of this keyboard over here is 5. Add them all up, it's 45 divided by 9 is 5. We're not going to get deep into that. We're going to keep it as this. We're going to get back into this. In French, the number 60, as 60, you will say 60, and then you will say 67, 68, 69 by saying 17, 18, 19. So you're not actually saying 10, 9, you're saying 8 and 10, 7 and 10, 9 and 10. It's almost like you're not even actually going up to 67, 68, 69, 77, 78, 79. 77 when it begins, 77 is Christ. Scratch, Christ. 9 lives of the cat. Cat scratches at the door, cat scratch fever. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 equals 6 and 8. 8 and 6 equals to 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 and 4 is the number to the sun. 45 is the fox. 4 by 5 is 20. 4 plus 5 is 9. Becomes 29, or the IT system. It's the bi. It's the 2 letters that create 2 and 9. 29, the king in French is roi, is 18. The king in English is 11. It becomes 11 and 18, 29. And you can keep on doing it. It's the same number. In French, they say 99, 98, 97. As 80, they say 80, okay? 80, 420, the weed. They talk about weed, 80. At 80, it's all about weed. It's all about connecting. Whatever weed does, whatever you know about weed does, it connects at 80. And especially when you get to 91, especially 91, 92, all the way up to 99. But it's very special, okay? Because at 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You're saying it as 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But when you get to 97 or 77, 78, 79, or 97, 98, 99, they're saying 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. So you're actually saying 17 3 times, 51 is Mars. 18 three times, 54 is the Sun. 19 three times, 57 is the Moon. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use only initials, the basic code. 91 is Q, V, and here equals to 1722, which is 39, which is the sky system, and 93 is the number that goes over Hoover Dam, and Hoover Dam is H and H. 88, the water circuitry, and Grover Cleveland, number 22 and 24, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, equals 4 and 4, area space. Grover Cleveland equals 46, 4 times 6, 4 plus 6, equals 10 and 24. 10 in Roman numerals is X, and the 24th letter is X equals 34, equals to DC. 34. 91 in French, boom, you have 76. When you have 98, you now get 91, artificial intelligence, out of the high system. 8 and 9. 8 and 1 is what creates the 9. The 9 is a maximum number. 10 is the totality. It's a circle. 7 and 3, 10. 9 and 1, 10. 4 and 6, 10. 8 and 2, 10. You have a star system. Everything goes through 5, 5, 5, 5. Colors, my friends. In order to get this color here, this orange, it took red and yellow. In order to get this green, it took yellow and blue. In order to get this purple, it took red and blue. Is that not correct? So all these colors have numbers. And go is 49. 9 by 4 is 36. 36 is 3 sixes is creation. 3 and 6 is 9. And 18 is 27. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 is 23. 23 is creation. In French, 88 is QVH. That equals to 47. 47 is the number of the moon. 7 times 5, 7 plus 5. Electric company. 7 and 5, G and E, the egg. 88. So when you're using all these numbers, and I'm going through it quick, man 6 equals 52. Plus 8, 6 and 8, 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 is the 9 lives of the cat, and it creates 101, or the cat's communication between the rabbit ears that stick up, and you have the pig that stands in the middle, because they call it Abraham, which is a single antenna connection between you and the exterior system. But now they put rabbit ears. It's just like putting a headband over your head, and now you're hearing an extra vibration of some sort. I'm not really sure. The anvil, and the anvil goes towards the horseshoe, and the horseshoe is horsepower, and you can go on a little bit more than that. So that's how basically this works. In horse racing, I just want to say that we have green. I'm not sure if we did this in a video. Green and yellow, standardbred and thoroughbred. Thoroughbred will get 62. And 26 equals to 88. We get that out of thoroughbred. Standardbred, we get 19 and 2. This becomes Venus. Now 88, again, 88 is Herbert Hoover, and it's electric company. It runs out of Nevada. NV, Nevada. 14 and 22. 36, creation out of Hoover Dam. What it is, what they put in the water, I don't know, but they run the numbers in Vegas. Vegas, the gas. Whatever that is, whatever comes from up. Remember, when the water moves, if the water moves over, you can pull back something that's under the water. Alcatraz, you think they went over the water to get away? Of course not. Don't you remember? Do you remember what happened? Did you watch The Matrix? When they slid down between the walls, they went all the way to the bottom and ran out through the computer system all the way to Candlestick Park. They didn't run. They threw all the stuff. They noticed what was happening. They changed their plans. They knew what to do. They knew where to go because they saw it. They saw the truth. We're going to end this video right now because I don't want to make videos more than 15 minutes. We're going to take a coffee break. I'm going to have a little tea. Remember this, the year 2000 is at the end of this year. 5777 spells Egypt. 5 at the gateway of Christ, 77. 5 and 2 is 7. 777-000, the year 2000. And if you want, you can go actually 2999. But since they see it upside down, they're actually seeing 6665 because 2 upside down is a 5. Don't forget, there's a square way to make it. There's many ways to do it. Many ways to do many things. Imagination, one piece at a time. There was only one dot on that picture when I began it 8 years ago or 7 years ago. And all of a sudden, look at that. Is my tie crooked? Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I always like to show this at the end. See that? We have the Viking. I don't know if you can see it. We have the Viking. And I like to, yeah, my fridge is missing something. I'm getting a new fridge. So here's the painted house. Thank you for watching this video.